Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm the Tilted Crown Gourmet. I'm hosting a big party tomorrow evening, and one thing that people constantly ask me to make is my roasted garlic shrimp cocktail with my homemade cocktail sauce. Therefore, if you're ready, let's roll up those sleeves, let's get some prep done, and let's get cooking. So off camera, I did a little bit of prep. One of the things that I did was I peeled and deveined all of my shrimp. One thing that I want to remind you is that you want to leave that last segment on with the tail, because that's what people can lift and pick up and eat. Also, don't forget to save those shells. Get them, put them in the freezer. And that way, when you're making stock, maybe for a seafood gumbo or maybe a bouillabaisse. You know, I have not made you a bouillabaisse yet. You can utilize those shells in order to make your stock. Let's get started with our roasted garlic shrimp cocktail. The first thing we want to do is to preheat our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is approximately 205 degrees centigrade. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to get our olive oil and we're going to put it on our shrimp. It's important that you go ahead and you want the shrimp to be in a single layer. You do not want them stacked on top of each other. Now, I'll take off my rings. Now, of course, it'd be better if I had my gloves, but for some reason, when I was out of the country, they rearranged my kitchen. So I cannot find half of the things that I know that's here. What we're gonna do next is we're going to salt and pepper. And don't be stingy, but you don't wanna make it like ocean salty, but you don't wanna be stingy either. Add your pepper. This is coarse ground black pepper. So I'm using coarse ground black pepper. I tend to like it over the finer stuff when I'm cooking. And then we are going to add in our garlic. So again, off camera, I chopped up a bunch of garlic. Now in the recipe, I do tell you 1 clove of garlic, but if you've been watching my channel, you know that I really love garlic. Therefore, clearly, I'm using more garlic. Now, we're just gonna toss it. We're gonna toss everything together because you wanna make sure that you coat your shrimp in your olive oil, your garlic, your salt, and your pepper. Remember, single layer. We want a single layer. This doesn't take a lot of time. The longest amount of the prep process is the peeling and deveining of the shrimp. Now, you can definitely get peeled and deveined shrimp. Just make sure when you're washing them, because I still wash them, when you wash them, make sure that they did do a good job cleaning them, because sometimes you'll get the peeled and deveined shrimp and they wouldn't, all of them won't be completely clean. This is a wonderful dish to make for parties because you can scale it up and you can scale it down depending on the number of people that you're going to be having over. Tomorrow, I'm going to be having 40 to 50 people over for my annual wine party. And the wine party is something that has been going on for over a decade at this point. We did have a break during COVID, but beyond that, we've actually been having it pretty much annually. And the way that the wine party works is I cook all the food. Well, I get all the food and make all the food, and then what I ask is every guest brings a single bottle of wine. And of course, you have people who bring more. But the expectation is that everyone brings a single bottle of wine. When they arrive, the wine is wrapped and it's given a number. And then throughout the night, people, all the guests, taste all the wines. No one knows which wine is which. And because the numbers are randomized. And so everyone tastes it, they're given a score sheet. They score each of the wines. And then at the end of the night, I tally it up. And the top 2 wines win a prize. Now, another thing that I do for my wine party is I do offer my guests free Uber rides home because I don't want anyone driving drunk. So I do offer my guests free Lyft or Uber, their choice, rides back home. So they can leave their cars here parked. We give them a guest pass, and then the next day they can come back at whatever time they so choose and come collect their keys, because part of the deal is that they give me their keys and they come collect their keys, and then they come and collect their car. And we are going to place these into the oven for 8 to 10 minutes or until they turn pink and they're cooked through. Remember, with seafood, you don't want to overcook your seafood because it will become rubbery really quickly. I'm setting my timer to 10 minutes, but I will check after 8. Remember, everyone's oven cooks a little bit differently. So it's always important to understand how your oven cooks, therefore you don't overcook your food. In the meantime, our next step is going to be making our cocktail sauce, because again, it doesn't take a lot of time. And we're going to do that while our shrimp is roasting in the oven. While our shrimp is in the oven roasting, we have plenty of time to make our cocktail sauce. Again, it's super easy, but it's absolutely fantastic. It's really delicious. We're gonna start with our base, which is our ketchup. Next, I add in Siracha. Now, if you don't want to utilize Siracha, you could utilize something like a Heinz chili sauce. For a little bit of umami flavor, I like to add in a little bit of Worcestershire. For a little bit more heat, I like habanero. Now, if you want less heat, more vinegary, you can use something like a Tabasco. I like to add in my horseradish. And sometimes after I taste it, more horseradish goes in. It all depends. And then last but not least, I'm going to add in my lemon juice. Then give everything a stir. Could you use a whisk? Absolutely. However, that would just be dirtying up yet another dish. And the spatula does fine because it's not a whole lot in here. Now we need to give it a little bit of a taste. Has really good heat, needs a little bit more Worcestershire and just a little bit more ketchup because our balance is a little bit off. Have our fresh spoon. Now that's the bee's knees. And there you have our roasted shrimp cocktail. We're going to allow these to cool, and then we're going to give them a taste. And we are back. Our shrimp has had an opportunity to cool, and I've put it in my serving dish. Like I said, this is for a party tomorrow. The wonderful part about doing it the night before, the cocktail sauce has an opportunity for all those flavors to meld together. Nevertheless, let's give this a try. Absolutely the perfect amount of heat. There's a nice umami from the Worcestershire sauce and the nice bite of the garlic. And to help mellow everything out, you have the lemon juice. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Tilted Crown Gourmet. Don't forget, I release new content every Friday at 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time, no matter where in the world I happen to be. So until next time, remember, your kitchen is your passport to the world, allowing you to explore diverse cultures and cuisines right from home as you explore new flavors and techniques. And as always, bon appetit.